The 17th, number 10, reduce inequalities. In the SDGs, Hello everyone! Good morning, I'm Hani Puspitasari. Today I would like to talk about SDGs 2030. So what is SDGs? SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals. SDGs are also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015 as a universal goal to achieve better and more sustainable future for all. So the previous goal is MDGs or Millennium Development Goals that is ended in 2015. So what is the difference between MDGs and SDGs? Let's take a look at this. The 17 goals of SDGs are integrated in order to leave no one behind, meaning that success in one event, success for others. SDGs are designed to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. Achieving SDGs requires the partnership of a government, private sector, civil society, community, and of course, me and you, for ensuring we leave a better planet for future generations. Before I explain more about 17 goals of SDGs, please take a look at this. Okay, number 1, no poverty. Now, let's talk about Indonesia. Indonesia has made a program that is called as a Family Hope Program. This program is also known as conditional cash transfers. It helps pregnant mother, children, age and disability. How about Malaysia? Malaysian government also has made a program that is called as a living cost assistance. So one family will get 300 ringgit. And government also provides additional below the number of children that are covered. Number 2, zero hunger. Indonesia has made a program that is called as cashless food assistance. So one family will get 150,000 rupiahs monthly, and they can buy their daily needs like eggs, rice, cooking oil, and etc. in the shop that is appointed by government, and it's called as a warung. Meanwhile, in Brazil, government also has made a program that is called as a Bolsa Familia. So these programs attempt to both reduce a short-term poverty by directly cash transfers and fight long-term poverty by increasing human capital among the poor through conditional cash transfers. It also helps children get a free education who cannot afford to go to school. So number 3, good health and well-being. Indonesia has made Healthy Indonesia program with family approach. This program aims to build community independence in a healthy life and make society realize that health is really important. So in this program, there are 12 indicators. Here are the indicators. Number 4, quality education. Indonesia has made Smart Indonesia program. This program is to support all children keep getting school and have the same opportunity like others. With this program, children can buy their needs for school, pay additional courses, or another expenses for school. And meanwhile, in China, government implements a 9-year compulsory education program. With this program, 97% of children aged 7 until 15 have attended school. Plus, there are a lot of scholarships which are offered by government, private sector, or another sector. Number 5, gender equality. Talk about gender equality, we can see now a lot of girls and women can go to school or have a better education. But gender equality still happens. For example, in Japan, women spend a lot of more time to find an unpaid domestic job than men. While in Korea, women still get a different treatment. For example, illegal recording in public places like toilet, changing clothes, and etc. Sexual violence, and women doesn't get the same opportunity to work or become career women not only in the company but also parliament or politics. This issue has blown up because of a novel that is released and adapted to a movie with the title is Kim Jong-born 1982. Number 6. Clean water and sanitation. Clean water and proper sanitation is really important because it gives impact to healthy humans growth and etc. That's why Indonesia has made PAMSIMAS program. So PAMSIMAS has become one of the national and reliable programs to increase villager access to clean water and proper sanitation with a community-based approach. Meanwhile, in Russia, access to get clean water is really difficult. Government has already tried some projects to prevent this, and one of the projects is called as Clean Water Project. Number 7. Affordable and clean energy. We need to move to new and renewable energy. Why? Because it can protect environment from any damage and disasters like flood, earthquake, landslides, and etc. can be prevented. Indonesia has made energy-saving solar light distribution program. This program has the target of illuminating villages without electricity, especially villages that are still pitch black. In India, they also implement solar rooftop demand aggregation program, and installing solar PV units on rooftops would be a cleaner and cheaper energy solution. Number 8. Decent work and economic growth. Singapore has a way to maintain the quality of Singapore workers. Employees are always retrained in order to equalize work standards and systems. Meanwhile, Chile and Colombia have made a program of giving subsidies vouchers to youth from poor families, so they can take training in accredited institutions. Number 9. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. China is industrializing. Not only that, the government at that time also began to massively form a special economic zone to a joint venture that could stimulate the transfer of knowledge and technology. Then creating a variety of home industries that are in line with local potentials that have been packaged in such a way that can give an export value. China also has created many modern and sophisticated technologies like artificial intelligence robot, transit elevated bus, smart city, 5G, and etc. According to China, massive infrastructure development can make economic growth faster, and it also can create a job field. So they built a lot of new infrastructure massively. Number 10. Reduce inequalities. As the saying goes, the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. In India, wealthy people are increasingly rich in wealth. Meanwhile, the poor squeezed because the value of income decreases each year. Apparently, globalization and government regulation policies in the past 4 decades have benefited the rich but have not touched the poor. Whereas in America, racist, ethnic, and religious racism occur. The view of white people that white people are more superior than colored people. They look down on colored people, and colored people don't have right to get anything better than white people in everything like education, health, jobs, and etc. Number 11. Sustainable cities and communities. Indonesia government has announced the location of the upcoming national capital city located in 2 districts in East Kalimantan, Penajam Pasir Utara and Kutai Kertanegara. There are at least 4 main reasons for choosing this location. 1. Minimal disaster risk, both floods, forest fires, landslides, tsunamis, and earthquake. Number 2. Strategic location in the center of Indonesia. 3. Infrastructure is relatively complete and the last land with an area of 180,000 hectares. Philippines has made the Green program to make cities sustainable. So the Green program aims to improve the connectivity and accessibility of spaces through construction of eco-friendly bike lanes and walkways in Manila. Number 12. Responsibility, consumption, and production. Indonesia and Germany have collaborated to make environmental and forestry projects. There are several project objectives to be achieved, but one of them is implementing a forest conservation strategy and sustainable forest management that results in a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions from the forestry sector. While we as a citizen can help to achieve this goal. For example, turn off the electricity when you don't use it, and don't use plastic when you do shopping. The last is please use water bottle for drinking because plastic is really difficult to recycle. Number 13. Climate action. Indonesia has made a program that is called as the Climate Village Program. This program is a national program which is managed by Ministry of Environment and Forestry to increase public participation as well as other stakeholders in strengthening their adaptability to climate change and in reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The program also aims to provide a recognition of existing climate change adaptation and mitigation programs, which have contributed to improving welfare in accordance with the local situation. Number 14. Life below water. At situ or Arafura and Timor Seas ecosystem approach PASS 2 program regional partnership involving 4 littoral countries: Indonesia government, Timor-Leste, and Papua New Guinea by the support of the Australian government in order to collectively manage high marine and fisheries resources in Arafura and Timor Seas. The SC2 program has 8 outputs targets related to illegal fishing, sea pollution, strengthening the competitiveness of fisheries commodities, and etc. The second program is from the Australian government. So the project is called as Pacific Ocean Litter Project. This project aims to reduce sources of marine litter in the Pacific Ocean. The project will focus on the most prevalent types of single-use plastic litter, such as plastic bags, takeaway food polystyrene packaging, plastic straws, and PET bottles. Number 15. Life on land. The Japanese government is really serious in implementing the reduce, reuse, and recycle program. In Japan, you will not see people littering. In addition, they are committed to following the waste categorization before disposal. Then we move to Norwegian. The Norwegian government will pay anyone who brings plastic waste to a recycling site. The government also provides an opportunity for companies to recycle plastic waste from 95% of the waste generated, and they will get tax-free. Number 16. Peace and Justice Strong Institution. Law is needed to keep in peace and justice, and there is a police who can protect the society. For example, in Indonesia, the police always do their job, like catching robbers, criminals, and others, because the task of the police is, in accordance with its slogan, is to protect and serve the community. So community will feel and stay safe. Meanwhile, in Singapore government has an effective way to ward off extremism or radicalism in order to prevent the emergence of terrorist seeds in the country. The Singapore government do not imprison them, but give them rehabilitation, and this program is known as the Religious Rehabilitation Group. Number 17. Partnership for the Goals. Indonesia and Japan are collaborating in the construction of second phase of Mass Rapid Transit or MRT with the Northern Railroad of Java and the construction of the Patimban Port. Furthermore, Indonesia and Japan agreed to work together towards the completion of the RCEP or Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership negotiations as soon as possible. RCEP will become the largest trade pact in the world. The partnership consists of 16 countries covering from India to New Zealand and covering 30% of global GDP and half of the world's population. So that's all about 17 goals of SDGs, and I hope this information can be useful for you, and I apologize for some mistakes that I made when I talk. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.